All right, we'll be bracing for that cold weather snap hitting the state, Eric. Thanks for that update. Finally today, the Nebraska Soybean Board is driven by farmers for farmers. Right now, they're looking for passionate farmer leaders to help shape the future of the industry, whether that's through a seat on the Nebraska Soybean Board or on the United Soybean Board. We learned more about this opportunity at this week's Soil Health Conference, which took place in West Point. Market Journal's Bill Dodd was there, and he brings us those details now. Bill?
We got 3 positions open with the Nebraska Soybean Board. They'd represent us in districts 2, 4, and 8. To be a candidate to run for the Nebraska Soybean Board, you got to be an active producer of the past 5 years, actively grow soybeans over the past 5 years, and you got to reside in the district in which you are choosing to run. So we're looking for growers to run for those district positions and to represent the growers in their specific districts, on any soybean efforts going forward. Requirements of those growers is to actively participate in board meetings throughout the year. We'll have 4 to 5 local board meetings here in the state of Nebraska, most of those being in Lincoln. And what would happen at those board meetings would be setting budgets, planning for the future, making sure we are, driving our truck in the right direction in regards to what the grower wants in that certain district, making sure that industry aligns with the grower's needs on the actual farm. The goal of the Nebraska Soybean Board at the end of the day is ROI, and that's what I try to simplify it down to for everybody. Every decision that our board makes, our soybean farmers make, we look for a return on investment, whether that's in our community engagement sector, and we're trying to see an uptick in agricultural favorability here in the state of Nebraska, or for providing feedback to the farmer on a local basis, or conducting research with the University of Nebraska. We want to make sure every project that we push through, approve. We want to make sure we got some different performance indicators in there. We want to make sure it's moving in the right direction. The deadline to apply for the 3 districts here in the state of Nebraska would be on April 15th. You can apply by contacting our office at 402-441-3240. Ask for me, Andy, and we'll make sure we get you the petition and get you everything that you need to get filled out in order to do so. As the Nebraska Soybean Board, when you pay into the checkoff, if you're a soybean producer and pay into the checkoff, half of those dollars come in here to the state of Nebraska, and then we remit the other half of those dollars to the United Soybean Board. In doing so, there's 77 growers on the United Soybean Board. Nebraska is fortunate to have 4 grower representatives on the United Soybean Board, representing Nebraska's interests along the way. So those growers we're looking for applications to be turned in by our board, by February 28th. Our board at their March research meeting will do some interviews and select some growers to be put on a ballot to then be presented to the United States Department of Agriculture. And the Secretary of Ag will approve those and send those through later on in the year. We work very closely, the Nebraska Soybean Board works very closely with the United Soybean Board, and it's not a father-son type of connection there, but we're very close on a daily basis in everything that we do. We make sure we don't duplicate projects, and we make sure that the United Soybean Board always has Nebraska's interests at heart, and that's what our 4 representatives are for. But the United Soybean Board, when you run for the United Soybean Board, it's more of a national stage. There's some bigger projects that filter through there that might be a little bit more feasible to do on a national stage than it would be in the state of Nebraska. So we just ask those growers that represent the state of Nebraska when they do sit on the United Soybean Board, to always have Nebraska's interests at heart when they're going through those, and some of those ideas and just project costs are much bigger than we can handle. So it's nice to have other neighboring states that might have the same issues that we do here in the state of Nebraska at the same table, and us doing those projects together with other groups as well.
Thanks for that story, Bill. Now, if you're interested in any of those opportunities, we've included some informative links along with this story. Find those over on the Market Journal homepage. Well, that wraps up this week's show. If you did miss anything, we encourage you to subscribe to Market Journal on YouTube and follow along with the full broadcasts posted on Acres TV. Thanks for spending part of your week with us. We hope to see you next time. But until then, I'm Bryce Duskett, wishing you a safe and productive week.